nobody's business. It's none of nobody's business. But no, a bitch got a job, okay? I'm working all day today and I'm gonna be so exhausted, but I'm gonna be totally exhausted. Turn this phone and watch. Yeah, down there. It's gonna be a long day today, y'all. It's gonna be a long day today. Done, Oh, it's early, y'all, but I'm up. I'm up and at it. Morning. I left a little bit earlier today. Can you guys guess where I'm headed? Can you guys guess? Can you guess where I'm headed? Can you guys take a wild guess? Had a good night last night. Slept good. Slept good. Feel good. Feeling all right. Good morning. How are you? God bless. God bless you as well. I'm up and at 'em, y'all. I slept well last night in the shelter. And now I'm up and at it. I have to work today all day long. I got to work from open to close because my supervisor, she had lost her grandmother. So she's, you know, taking care of her affairs with that. So I found an opportunity to make some money, darling. So I said, well, why not? You know what I mean? I need the money, and I would rather make money than stay in a homeless shelter all day. You know what I mean? I'd rather make money. I'd rather be out here working all day than be sitting in a homeless shelter around a whole bunch of freaking women. Around a whole bunch of strange women. I'd rather come out here and make some money. So that's why I'm like praying that I can get a call back from a job soon and I can get an interview in for a second job. There's a lady in the shelter. She's a white lady. I think they say she work at McDonald's. I'm like, shoot, maybe she can get me in there part time. So maybe I'll talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her and see if she can get me in there part time. This white chick that be in there at night. So I'm like, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. If anybody else is watching, can you guys, when you come in, can you just give me a thumbs up automatically? That helps people find my channel. It helps people find me. Helps people find what I do over here. And that helps me out greatly when you guys thumbs me up. I love when I see that. It lets me know that everybody's, watching and they're interested in what I got going on. And I'm just here to spread awareness for homeless people because I am a homeless woman. And some people, they beg to differ. They say, well, you're not homeless because you have a roof over your head. Yeah, I am technically really homeless still. When you don't have an address to have your mail sent to, that's considered homeless, right? So that's why I say that. I'm homeless, but I'm housed right now, and I'm housed in a shelter. But the shelter is temporary. It's not something that I'm going to be at forever, or I'm not going to be there for a year. I could be there for a few months, but they don't want to keep us that long. They want us to get our stuff together so we can get out. They don't want us to get comfortable there. That's why they don't make it comfortable there for us. It's very uncomfortable. There's no sofas to sit on. There's like hard chairs. They force us to take showers in like 7 minutes. So there's no comforts in a shelter. And I understand why they do that because a lot of people take advantage. A lot of people just come there and think that it's a joke. Being homeless is not a joke. Being homeless is the worst feeling in the world. But if you can get into a shelter, you're very, very lucky because most of the time, this time of year, when people are coming into the shelter from out in the streets, it's cold out in the streets. It's starting to get chilly at night. You know what I mean? So I can understand the shelters not having that analogy of being soft on us. They're hard on us. So I don't sit around and I'm not one of those people that try to sit around and be cool with the staff members. I mind my own business and I move how I move and I come back, go to sleep. Sometimes the girls chat with me, sometimes I chat with them a little bit. I go to sleep, I look at my phone and I go to sleep and I get up and I do the same thing over again. I don't ever sit around thinking that, people cool. It's cool here. No, I gotta get my life together. It's hard too. Like this morning, I didn't want to get up. I did not want to get up at all. I was like, damn, I wish I could lay in this bed. Because, if I was home and had my own apartment, if I was off today, I'd probably lay around until like, 10 o'clock, 11. But if I was at my apartment, I would still get up and go to the gym too. So I had my routine of just getting up, exercising, and then starting my day. Like today, the gym don't open until 7. I'm early, and that's okay. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. If you guys could really give me a thumbs up when you come in the room, I appreciate that. I was just eating a banana, starting my day with a banana. But I'm going to have a good day. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a good day. So I said, I'm gonna be at my job pretty much by myself because, like I said, my boss had a death in her family. So I stepped in to help out. I see an opportunity to make some money. So I'm going to go at that. I'm going to go at that opportunity to make that money because I need it. When I saw my check this Friday, it was a couple extra little dollars in there. So I was happy to see that. You know what I'm saying? I was happy to see it, fortunate to see that little extra money or whatever. And that was that. This guy was talking to me at the shelter when I was on my way out the door. And we're not really technically supposed to talk to the guys, but if somebody speaks to me and says something to me, I'm going to respond back, right? So he was like, "Oh, you going to work?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to a freaking job, somewhere where you make money." So he was like, "Oh, where's that at?" I'm looking at him like, "None of your business, dude. None of your business." I didn't say this to him out my mouth, but I'm looking at him like he's sitting up in a wheelchair, but he does walk too. So he probably got some medical issues or whatever. And I'm not judging him, but I'm just like, I'm not interested in none of you men here. So let's not even go there and think about that. Let's not even go there and think that you could find a chick in a shelter and I can shack up with her. We could go get a place together. Like, I'm looking at him like, don't even talk to me, bro. Like, seriously, don't even talk to me. But I was just like, I work locally. He asked me, "You work around here?" I said, "I work locally." That's all I said to him. So let's not get in my business because I'm not going to share my business. There's no need for me to share my business with you. I see him around the shelter. Sometimes he'd be at chapel or whatever, but I would never bat an eye twice at any man that's living in a homeless shelter. Like, no. Not interested. And there was a guy yesterday when I was coming in, he was all in my face. And I'm just like, y'all, don't even look at me, please. Like, don't even look my way. Because I'm not interested in a man that lives in a shelter. Just like most men are probably not interested in a woman that's living in a shelter. Because he's probably thinking, I'm either a drug addict, a crackhead, like, you know what I'm saying? She's irresponsible. So I don't want to start nothing with her. But, that's not necessarily true. And I guess it could be necessarily true with the men too. But some of those men have been there for a long time. Some of those men came to a shelter like straight out of prison. Some of those men will live in that shelter for the remainder of their life because whatever happened in jail, you know what I'm saying? Some of them have been charged with charges that they can't get regular housing. So they have to live in a shelter. So, like I said, I'm not judging him because he's a man, but I'm definitely not interested in finding me a man in a shelter. If I want a man, he gonna be out, he gonna be working and living life. You know what I'm saying? And even me now being homeless, I'm not trying to attach myself to no one because I want to get myself together. I'm not on a prowl, like I'm not looking for a relationship. But if something happens to find me, that's different. But no, sorry, I ain't interested in that. Sorry. Some of those girls be entertaining those guys, and I'm like, because you're not really technically supposed to talk to them. But they still talk. I mean, we're men and women. We talk. But I'm just looking at him like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. And I don't know why you even asking me where I work at because it's really none of your business. You know what I'm saying? It's none of your business. Do I even work? Didn't I just tell you I work? I just said out my mouth, I'm going to work, right? Isn't that what I just said? I just woke up this morning, and this is what I do every day, right? I go to work. I speak about me working every single day. Do you even work? I worked all my life. People are so silly and just dumb. I come up here and I talk every single day about my life, and I know this person that is saying what he's saying. I know you watched me before, so I know you know my routine of what I do every day. This is what I do every day. But I'm sitting here having this conversation. Like, are you even listening to what I'm saying? Do you even work? Yes, of course I work. If I didn't work, would I be sitting here driving in a car? If I didn't work and I lived at a shelter, how would I even maintain my car? To maintain a car, you have to have a job. So yeah, I just get up. I had a banana, so I had a banana for breakfast, and I'm gonna take the other way so I can go to Wawa and get me some coffee. I need some coffee this morning. I think the coffee I get is 250, 245. So after tax or whatever is added, it's like 250, not $250, but 250. And I'm gonna get me some coffee, but I gotta get off this pipe that I'm on now and get to another one. I need to really wash laundry, but that laundromat that I normally go to is not open. I wanted to do it today. Can I do it today? There is a laundromat that's open. Maybe when I get off work, I can go to the laundromat and wash my clothes later and then have fresh, clean clothes for tomorrow's work day. I think that'll work. Good morning. Thanks for the 2 thumbs up. I appreciate you. I just had to block my first troll who was asking me, do I work? Like, if I didn't work, would I be sitting here driving in a car right now? Like, if you have a car, that means you have to have some type of job to pay for gas, to pay for insurance, to pay for your car payment if you have one. Like, some people are so rude and they don't even know what they're talking about. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Nobody that I know, unless they're rich or a rich kid that's living off of trust funds, if I'm driving in a car, that must mean I have gas for money. Like I have money for gas. I have money to get back and forth to work. Come on. Just because someone says that they're homeless does not mean that they don't have a job. There are tons of people that you sit at work with right next to you every day that probably sleeping in their car. There's people that you work with every day that's probably sleeping in their car or living at a homeless shelter or trying to make it work and living with family members. There's a lot of people that's doing that today because people, it's hard to afford. It's hard to afford, let alone being one person. I'm one person, right? It's hard. But I don't sit up here and cry and whine about my life. I just keep going, right? So you have mortgage, you have a rental payment. Make sure you pay your stuff. Don't get evicted because it's not fun. It's very embarrassing. And my eviction was due to something else. My eviction did not have anything to do with I didn't pay my rent. So my situation was totally different. My lease was violated, but it was violated in a different way. It had nothing to do with I didn't pay my bills. So, but I still violated the lease, and I was evicted on that strength. And it's very embarrassing. All your neighbors pretty much know, because people talk. When you live in an apartment building, you got the cliques, right? People talk, people running their mouth, and they tell the property manager everything. And you know what I'm saying? I had an issue with my apartment. I'm not gonna really go that deep into it. Maybe I'll go into a video where y'all can watch a video about it. But I was evicted due to violating my lease, and it wasn't due to non-payment of rent. So I just want to make that clear. So when I get my next apartment, that should hold some weight, right? So if I get a private landlord, it's probably going to be a little bit easier for me to get in the door than me going to like a big apartment complex. I don't really want to live in an apartment complex anyway. I really want to get like a small house somewhere. But we're gonna see how things go, or even me get a condo. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, I'm gonna get something to live in really, really soon. So this person just put his high beams on. I don't know if he was trying to let me know that it's cops up here, but them high beams be so high. The gym doesn't open till 7, so I'm just cruising like a bruising, y'all. I'm gonna go get me some coffee. I'm so happy every morning I get to, wake up and chit chat and talk to y'all and see what's